My name is Nick Flory, and today I'm going to be talking to you about O'Bannon versus NCAA. Edward O'Bannon was a Division I basketball player at UCLA. He filed a lawsuit on the behalf of Division I basketball and football players because he felt it was unfair for the NCAA to make revenue on players' likeliness, their image, their name, anything like that, and not pay the players. Pretty much, NCAA has a rule. It falls in their amateurism rules that does not allow players to sell their name, autographs, anything like that, their likeliness for money. It violates their amateurism rules, and they're just not able to do that. However, NCAA produces these, or they used to produce these games, NCAA football and NCAA basketball. They would produce these games that has the player's likeliness. So pretty much they were using their image, whatnot, and not paying the players. So they could do it, but the players couldn't. And he felt this was unfair. So he took this to court. District judge ruled in his favor, actually. Then NCAA appealed. It got reaffirmed and appealed a little bit. Not sure on that situation. But O'Bannon decided to try to take this to the Supreme Court. It was denied, so that never happened. This was as of 2016. So let's move into the impact of what this has happened since then. So NCAA basketball, it was discontinued. NCAA football, that was discontinued in 2013. NCAA 14 is the last NCAA football game that they actually made. So we haven't seen any more of those. EA Sports actually released a little teaser last year. People thought it was coming back, but it just appears that they can't do that as of now. Another thing that has come from this is the discussion of whether or not college athletes should be paid. This has been one of the hottest topics in sports in the last 5 years. There is the argument that players should be paid, pretty much self-explanatory. There's an argument that players should not be paid. These people feel that a scholarship is enough. They're already getting kind of their own reward for their jobs, basically as Division I athletes. Now, let's move into how I feel about this. I actually agree with Edward O'Bannon. I feel that it is unfair for the NCAA to use their likeliness because they actually prevent, as I said earlier, they prevent players from selling their own likeliness. So if a player were to sign an autograph and charge $2 for a fan to buy that autograph, they would be in violation of the NCAA's amateurism rules. However, the NCAA could just do that themselves, and it would be completely fine for some reason. The video games, kind of a separate issue. I don't feel that it is fair for them to use the player's pretty much image. They would make players that look exactly like them, facial features, everything, look just like the players. And for them to go out and make revenue that way and the players not see a dime of that, I feel that is unfair. What Edward O'Bannon was trying to do by this lawsuit, it was actually create kind of like a fund, if you will, maybe like $5,000. I think that was the minimum that the district judge ruled for the players. So upon graduation, they would receive this fund. So while they were playing, they wouldn't actually see any of that money, so they would still be in compliance with the amateurism rules as stated by Edward O'Bannon. I tend to agree with this. I think that would be a fair compromise for the NCAA. The only problem would be Title IX, where that comes in. Since Title IX is a thing, you couldn't really pay college football players more than you could the women's volleyball team. So the NCAA, I really don't think they would definitely be against it, actually, because where football generates quite a bit of revenue, sports like volleyball, rowing, any type of small sport like that isn't going to generate the revenue that it would require to pay college athletes. However, I do agree with O'Bannon with the video games, but those have since been discontinued. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Nick Flory. This was O'Bannon versus NCAA, a class action lawsuit filed against the NCAA by Edward O'Bannon because he felt it was unfair for the NCAA to take advantage of players' likeliness whenever players can't even do that themselves. He suggested a stipend, if you will, where players would continue to play, they would graduate, and then they would see the money that they earned while playing. Thank you.